Agrofarm Asia Macmur Ascophyllum nodosum non-GMO plant nutrition. Global population has increased dramatically since the 1950s and is expected to reach 9.8 billion by 2050. Population levels indicated in the graph are predictions for 2020. Asia has seen a significant increase and will continue increasing past 2020 and is expected to maintain population levels after 2050. Africa is predicted to continue increasing as shown in the light blue area of the chart. Europe is expected to decline slightly. Latin America and the Caribbean will maintain a constant population growth, although not as dramatic as Africa and Asia. North America and Oceania will continue to experience moderate population growth. Globally, 1.5 million people are added to the urban population every week. According to UNDESA 2017 figures, Indonesia's current population is approximately 264 million. By 2020 the population is expected to be 272 million and will increase to 295.6 million by 2030. An increase of 23.4 million in the 10-year period between 2020 and 2030. Indonesia's population is expected to peak at 324.7 million in 2060. Abiotic and biotic stresses are the main reasons for significant crop losses and failures. Utilization of technology to reduce or eliminate such stresses increases crop productivity as shown in the graph. Global crop yields will all need to increase 60% by 2050. Maize currently has exceeded 60%, however, rice, 42%, wheat, 38%, and soybean, 55%, fall below the expected level. Effective fertilizers are essential for increased crop production. This chart displays traditional forms of nutrients, that is, soil nutrients and manure. However, cost-effective fertilizers are required to increase productivity to the required levels. Indonesian crop yields between 1990 and projected to 2025 are shown for rice, corn, soybean and wheat with an average yield for all crops and a trend line, in white. It clearly indicates the shortfall required to be met by organic fertilizers. With the Indonesian population expected to peak between 2055 and 2060, there is a priority to meet the demand in the interim period. The demand for rice is greater than production, and corn-maize levels are still relatively low. Ascophyllum nodosum grows exclusively in the intertidal zone of the North Atlantic, in a constantly changing marine environment where temperatures vary as much as 25 degrees Celsius twice daily, with winter night ground temperatures down to -14 degrees Celsius. At low tide, growing areas are subject to rain, midday sun, hail, snow and freezing conditions. Daylight conditions vary, with summer daylight time of 18 hours and winter days of 18 hours without sunlight. Plant life is spent half in salt water and half exposed to atmospheric conditions in sunlight. The plant has built up a range of natural defenses to cope with the changing and varied marine life it grows in. It is feed for crustaceans and fish marine life. The derived extract contains many of the biomolecules developed by the plant to survive in harsh conditions that are conveyed to land-grown plants under stress. The North Atlantic intertidal zone exhibits sufficient tidal movement to submerge and expose the seaweed plant to saline marine water and atmospheric conditions twice daily, throughout the year in seasons. Water levels change significantly, as is shown in the time-lapse video clip. Ascophyllum nodosum is a brown seaweed, exclusive to the intertidal zone of the North Atlantic. It is 75% moisture in its raw natural state and has a growth period of 4 to 5 years depending on tidal conditions. Coastal communities have identified its use as a soil nutrient and animal food for centuries. 50 to 55% of the dry weight is made up of important carbohydrates, alginic acid, mannitol, laminorin, fucoidan, and sugars. Plant growth regulators, ppm, include auxins, cytokinins, beta-ins and gibberellins. 4 to 4.5% free amino acids and vitamins. The 58 trace elements contained in Ascophyllum not some include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, calcium, iron, magnesium, boron, molybdenum, manganese, copper, iodine and 46 other components. Ascophyllum nodosum has been used since the 1950s as a seaweed extract. Over 100,000 tons are produced annually along Ireland's Atlantic coastline. It is the most researched seaweed for use in plant nutrition applications and has been studied extensively at universities in Europe and North America. Used in over 80 countries worldwide, it has proven results for over 50 years. When development commenced during the 1950s, focus was placed on the mineral content. However, application rates employed did not explain the resulting effect. In the 1980s, focus on plant growth hormones provided a definite benefit but did not explain all the observed effects of seaweed extract use. The 1990s saw a focus on elicitors that provided an explanation why plants had such a varied response. It was noted that elicitors work in very small amounts and the range found in seaweed is extensive. The 2000s saw further focus on elicitors and other beneficial biomolecules derived from sugar content and polysaccharides converted to oligosaccharides. Crop production in Indonesia for corn, rice, soybean, coffee, peanut and sugar with rice consumption in the red dotted line are displayed in this graph. Corn has shown a fluctuating increasing trend, as has rice. However, rice production is now significantly less than consumption. Case studies conducted in Indonesia have yielded significantly improved productive results. Rice yields are shown for Vaxi K, Blue Spear, Ascophyllum, MP 430, Delphan and Farmer Untreated Practice, Farmer P. At Karawang, rice treated with Vaxi K showed a definite improvement in plant development and quality as opposed to untreated plants. Small chilies have exhibited improved growth and development after treatment with Ascophyllum nodosum along with lettuce that also exhibited significant plant growth after treatment with Ascophyllum nodosum. Tomatoes also exhibited improved root, plant and fruit growth. Roses exhibited a definite strengthened plant and flower development. Onions cultivated in Brabys in 2012 exhibited healthier plants with larger, more dense uniform bulbs with stronger skin and improved coloring when treated with Phenol K. Crop yield increased from 12.5 tons per hectare to 18.5 tons per hectare, an increase of 6 tons per hectare. A potato case study conducted with Phenol K at Pachet, Bandung in 2012 yielded stronger, more healthy plants with larger, more uniform tubers with increased weight and a stronger skin. Crop yield increased from 22.5 tons per hectare to 37.25 tons per hectare, an increase of 14.75 tons per hectare. Cucurbits, at Indramayu, West Java also exhibited an improved healthier plant development when treated with Vaxi K.